everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here's the situation that we're in. Yesterday I mowed hay on about 4 acres. It's an extremely heavy, thick field. This is the same field that my hay vine broke on, by the way. I'm guessing the yield is about 100 to between 120 bales per acre, so very heavy. It was a very cloudy, cold day yesterday, about 60s, in the 60s and cloudy, so hay did not really dry. I knew it wasn't going to. Today is going to be sunny, but about 72. Tomorrow is going to be partly sunny, clouding over in the afternoon, about 75, 78. And that's when it has to be baled by, because the following day, Saturday, is going to be a lot of rain. So I basically have today to get some extremely heavy hay dried. Can it happen? I am a little concerned. We're gonna see. My secret weapon is the tedder. Let's roll. Okay, this is what we got to work with. As you can see, it's a lot of hay. The top is drying out a little bit, but it's still fairly tough. Down below, it's still like totally soaking wet, not just damp, but actually soaking wet. So we're gonna give this the first pass. It's just about 12 o'clock noon now. I'm gonna come out again at 2 or 3, and I'm gonna come again out at 5. So let's get started. The grass was so heavy I had to go down into 5th gear. It started ratcheting the clutch on the PTO, as you could hear. It's now 3 o'clock, about 3 hours after I tedded it the first time, and you can tell just by looking at the color of the grass, it has cured down a lot just in this time. Full sun is so important for curing down. I believe it's even more important than heat, because when you got full sun, you do get heat too. You can tell by the sound it is drying, although underneath here, it is still damp and wet. So that's why we're gonna ted it again. Just keep turning this over and over, getting it mixed up to hopefully get it dry enough. Should require a lot less power to ted it this time, now that we've lost a lot of weight and moisture. It was making my tedder clutch chatter because the windrows are so heavy. I've never had that happen before. It's 5 o'clock. I'm coming out to do the last tedding of the day, and it's dried off a lot, but it's still not where it needs to be. You can tell by the sound it's getting crispier, but it dries off so much over just the course of 2 hours. But this hay is just so thick, I find big wet slugs like this where it's still, I mean, this stuff's just completely wet. And I just don't know if I'm gonna have this ready to bale by tomorrow, because I'm going to need some time to rake it. It's gonna take a lot of time to rake. And the problem is, tomorrow's Friday. I've got an inch of rain coming in on Saturday. And this is gonna be a mess to dry out. So stay tuned, we'll see what happens next time. And then it is Friday baling day, about noon 30, and I'm checking the hay. It's actually really nice and dry now. You can hear that sound. I'm gonna go through and ted it once more, because these stems still feel a little tough. I don't think all the moisture is quite out of them yet, but there's a lot of sun today. So one more ted, and then I hope it's gonna be ready to bale. As you saw, I was lucky and did actually get it down to a baleable moisture. Like you saw in the video, we were baling about 10%. Most of the bales were 10% on my moisture meter on the tractor that's reading it from the bale chamber or the bale chute in the baler as the bales are moving through. I was hitting between 10 and 14%, so perfect, just where I like it. I could tell that morning of the hay was really dry. I took my tedder out to give it one more ted. Of course, then my tedder broke about halfway through, so I still didn't even get to finish the whole field with the tedder the morning of, and it still was drying up. So this kind of shows how important a tedder is, because it can really accelerate your dry time when you're up against the clock. But also, the day was cool, but there's a lot of sun, and so that shows how important it is to get good sunshine to dry down the hay. I ended up getting about 400 bales off that field. It was about 4 acres. This was the same field that I did the aerial video with the drone mowing. Also the same field that I broke the haybine on. It's finally done and behind me. I hope this was interesting, maybe suspenseful to you guys. I doubt it, but it sure was to me, because I had to live it. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.